Stegosaurus and kill it. Basically, the main plan is to hike a lot.
We're gonna hike a lot today. Because that always works.
Yeah, it always does. Actually, there's a Brad and Hunter a couple days ago. They saw a giant buck up here at the top of this mountain with really no easy access. So we're headed up to the top of this ridge, and we're gonna see if we can find that buck or another one. There's been a lot of deer that rut up here at the peak of this mountain. We saw them the first day, and nobody's really gone up here to try to hunt them yet, so I killed my buck right between those two in that little canyon right there. So there was a hot doe over there that day when I killed him, and there's a lot of hot doe activity over here. They cross through this saddle we're on and go over there. So
can you give me all I need, the innocence and purity I crave? I've been climbing desperately to a mountaintop I haven't seen for days. An honest life I simply can't sustain. Coming home today. All that's left inside of me couldn't bring it.
I don't think we've been all that stealthy as we come up this ridge.
It's kind of tough being stealthy in this stuff, that's for sure. Stuff grabs you. Everything's got stickers and wants to poke you. These rocks aren't too quiet either.
Yeah.
But dude, we're looking at a ton of good country. It's just empty.
I'm bleeding all over. Welcome to the desert.
Follow me through empty streets and bridges burned for hell to heed my fate. I never wanted you to see the evil I could never keep erased. Passion like a diamond in the slate, coming home late. Something pulls me from the clay. I can't make another day alone. I can't even speak your name. Are you just a thing to claim and hold? Notarize my deed, watch me go, not coming home.
Gotta be a big buck in here. There's water. Dang. Check this out. This looks sweet.
This looks like a good kill box, doesn't it? Got all this below us. Got the water. North slope all the way up. It's picture perfect. It's just gotta have deer in it. And we know there was one up here, right? One pretty good one.
I like the cactuses.
got everything. We just need a little rock outcrop to sit on. I think maybe right here. This might be our spot all day. We got a pretty nice buck down here. He's got agars. He's pretty long tined. He's got 4 on his left and 3 on his right, plus guards.
It's a nice buck.
He's pretty nice. I was just hoping to find a really heavy horn puppy. He's just in a perfect spot. I could shoot him right now. Oh man, he's pretty nice deer.
Do you think there's a bigger one in here?
Yeah, that's the question. I don't know. He may be the king of the basin. I was just hoping for a old troll that's real heavy.
That's one of the best bucks we've seen.
Yeah, this is the best buck we've seen. That you and I have seen for sure. But is there a bigger one? Is there an older one? Heavier one?
I don't know, dude. He's a nice deer.
Gosh dang. He's giving us all the looks right now too. He's just been statued there for 5 minutes. But no, Brian.
Dude, he's got a lot going. He's a lot like my buck, but taller tined. Look at his mane beam. It curves too. That's a long front fork, dude. It's pretty nice. That looks like a nice buck. I mean, I don't wanna. I mean, he looks good front on.
Yeah. 3x4.
He looks good. I always wonder though how hard it is to see how much mass they really have, you know. They all look a little thin horn to me unless you're close. He's a mature deer. Eye guards. That left one looks fat. Kind of bladed. He's got to have some mass to be that big.
He's so clean. He's almost too perfect, you know?
He's too El Guapo. He's too handsome.
He's too handsome. He's just got that clean looking whitetail rack, almost like a Kansas whitetail. I was looking for a kind of a troll, heavy, clubbed out, one that probably doesn't score very good, but it's got some mass to it. I don't care about numbers. I just want a heavy, old thing. This guy's just pretty.
Is he bigger than anything you've taken?
Yeah, he's probably the be the biggest one that I've ever taken. But is there a bigger one in this basin? I kind of have my heart set on something.
You think this is the one Brad saw?
That's a good question. Maybe, because when you look at him, he's pretty big. Oh, you know what? I think that's a kicker off his left side.
Dude, shoot this buck.
I think he's got a sticker. He's got to give me a better look, but tell you what, if there's a kicker going off his left side, I'll shoot this buck. He's got to have something unique about him. Oh, dang it. That's a sticker.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a kicker off his left. Dang it, Brian.
This buck could be even bigger and he'd still do this.
I know. I've given him more than ample time to just walk away.
Make up your mind.
Let me get him in the scope and then we'll make a decision.
That is a good looking buck, dude. I'm just saying, he's pretty. I would never presume to talk you into something that then you'll hate me for later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You on him?
Yep. Are you gonna do it?
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on. Okay.
He's moving.
Oh. The suspense goes on.
He's out. He's out of our frame. Man, I just don't know. I think he's pretty close.
That was close.
But
Keep an eye on him.
if it was meant to be, he's gonna get closer.
Don't do the Brad thing to me.
He'll walk right up here. That'll give me a much closer shot.
That'd be cool.
He's pretty nice.
Dude, that hurts.
That kicker off his left back is like that long.
But I love the drama.
So do I. Wish I had a better position.
Did you see that awesome spot?
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think that there's got to be a doe that was blowing. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty. He's a great buck. But he kind of walked out of frame. It's kind of a sigh of relief. Because
He's got a sticker.
he's got a sticker. But it gives us more time to keep looking in this valley to see if there's another bruiser. Just a little bit different look to him, but I'd be real happy with this buck for sure. So, if it was meant to be, he's gonna give us another shot. If not, I'll come back up here tomorrow. And the next day.
Yeah, man, I'm just loving that we spotted a nice buck. Probably, it's probably the best buck we've seen, except for maybe that one that Brad's after. So we got ourselves a contender.
She was down below him last I saw, but I don't have my eyes in the glass, so.
She was right where he's at now. I didn't see if she went down or up. He's laying right. He's smelling right where she was bedded.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I could take that shot. Boom.
It's pretty still. Oh my gosh. 1, 2. His tines are all longer than mine.
They're all long.
And they're
Just
and he's got 4 instead of 3. And he's got eye guards and a sticker. Just shoot him.
Just shoot him already. Yeah, he's a big Coues. He's not club. He's not a clubbed out deer, but he's pretty.
That is a big sticker. That's a 3-inch.
Yeah, it's just 4 tines and the sticker off his.
Dude, that sticker's nice. It's not just a little bump. He's gonna shoot it now. He's gonna shoot it now.
That's got some trash.
It just needed to check one more box.
You know, we wanted the unique, or I did. I was looking for just something unique, trashy or heavy, old troll. But he's got a big old sticker off his left side, so that's unique enough for me. Now he just has to come our way a little bit and put himself broadside. But that left antler is pretty sweet. 4 tines, tall tines, and at least a 3-inch sticker.
Look, yesterday we were talking, and he basically said he had to shoot something a lot bigger than mine. So he's checking the box here. He's like, there's a new standard, bigger than yours. Because we saw some nice bucks, but not nice enough. Man, what a stud.
Yeah, man. I mean, we hiked just 2 miles into the spot. We knew on the maps I could see the water. There's a beautiful thing of water down here. And this is definitely a basin that never gets looked at.
It's hard to hunt.
It is tough to get into. It's a lot of brush, thick country all around it, so now it's a sweet. This is my favorite spot yet that we've seen. And it's got the big buck in it. Makes sense. Well, now we just wait him out. He's bedded up out there at 550, and he's looking our way, but we're gonna let him get up, take our time, make sure we get a good shot. Hopefully comes back into 300 or 350, somewhere in there. If we don't get him today, we'll come back and get him tomorrow. Right, Brad? I don't think he's going anywhere. We got multiple does in here. He's kind of king of the basin, so got everything they need right here. We're gonna try to prove folks wrong that say you can't relocate these big mature Coues deer, because we've already done it with Brian's. Let's see if we can't do it again with this one, maybe, because we think we saw this buck a few days ago from miles away. We think Brad saw him from way across the deal. He saw a good-looking buck, and then we thought we'd just come check it out, burn a day, check it out. And it's got water, it's got everything we need. So we think we found him. We think we found the one that he saw. shocking.
There's not much wind.
That's a long shot. That's like 600 yards, dude.
I don't see how we can close the distance either.
I don't either.
No. It's a kill shot.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they do come down and get some. Oh, look at all those deer on the water hole.
Oh, jeez. Dude, horrible. Where did they come from? Gosh, they're so tiny. Watch for Gigantor to come in.
That young deer is like in the water. You gotta hear those deer in the water, dude.
What?
Our buck has gotta hear them in the water.
Yeah, it'd be nice if he just raced right down right now.
They ain't gonna leave this water, dude.
No.
I don't think. I mean, nothing's a guarantee, but. Where's the fourth one? This one is in the water deep. He's like going for a swim. Yeah, he looked down at the water and right under our noses.
Just a pile of them.
I'm kind of hoping, okay, there's the fourth one. Yeah, that's a buck.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah, a fork by spike.
Oh,
And he is chasing that doe around,
really?
bugging her. That might get those deer moving. Oh, they shoot through the woods like rocket ships. These things are wild, dude. That one that's been swimming is like, I ain't getting out of the water, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, did I get left? This fawn is burying her whole face up to her eyes. She's eating stuff, I think, under the water.
Really?
Yeah, she's eating. She's chomping all that weed in there, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That hot doe has got to get thirsty.
Gosh. You'd think so.
No, she looks like she lost that spike. She's coming back for a drink. She just ran a marathon sprint. She's back. Dude, he had to hear that. He had to hear.
got eyes for only one girl, Brian.
Apparently. He's a patient old buck.
What?
He's a patient old buck.
Yeah.
We're sitting here watching this buck. He keeps trying to get in front of this doe. It seems like he'd like to herd her back down the mountain, so she's closer to this pond and stuff. He doesn't like it, but she keeps lowering up the mountain, and he keeps trying to get in front of her and above her. He tried to chase her. He tried to chase her down the mountain twice. And she runs down, and then she circles and goes right back up. And it's funny, it's odd to watch their behavior. She got up here this last time, and he got up next to her. And he just started stomping his leg like, hey. And started looking down the hill and jerking his head in all the directions. And it's like he's telling her, this is far enough. We have gone way outside the bounds here. We need to get our butts back to safety. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, of course I'm projecting a whole lot of stuff, but just from that behavior, it does seem like what we observed. He doesn't want to be up there. He doesn't want to be that. He doesn't want to be out of this little pocket he was in. But she just keeps going further and further and further, and he doesn't like it. So, he's definitely very aware of his surroundings while he tries to get closer to her. Alright. She's moving again. You see him? There we go. He lost her. She's a tease, dude.
She's right there in the golden hill.
You see him?
I see her. He's walking into the wide open.
Yeah. He's coming out. Unless that was a different doe.
That was a different doe.
Do you see him?
There's one ahead of her.
Do you see him? He's lip curling. So that trail that we were talking about in that tree,
yeah,
he's right there in front of that tree. Nose up.
There's another doe to the right of the tree.
I think the one that ran out was like a...
There's a doe by our tree, and then there's a doe out in the open.
Yeah, I think that was the... I think the one that ran out there was a fawn. She looked really small.
He's running back up now. Damn it. Where is he going?
Keep an eye on him.
He just ran uphill.
I saw that.
All the does are down here.
That buck is gonna go wherever that doe tells him to go. If she goes to get water, he's going to get water. It all depends on her. They're just a little bit out of range. Just needs to come about 100 yards closer for that close shot.
Did he move?
Yeah, he moved into the trees.
To the right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't think so. Well, I can't see his antlers actually. That's him or not.
He looks smaller to me.
I keep getting glimpses of horn.
He looks like a smaller buck.
Then I see a tine standing way up in the sky. His chest is big. He is beating the hell out of that tree. That's your buck. 100% that's your buck.
Okay.
No.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Wait. Yeah.
That's him.
Gosh.
That's him.
He's got different looks.
He's got a chest and his shoulders on him, dude. Yeah, he's pretty.
Yeah.
Majestic. What's that?
What?
Majestic.
I've got this baby on the water because he's got to go to the water for me to shoot him. We've waited all day for him to go to this water. Now I feel like it'd be a disservice to shoot him anywhere else besides the water.
Okay, boss.
Yeah.
You're an odd fella.
Yeah.
You like things just so.
Well, can't say we didn't earn it.
Come on.
Now I just need him to go to the right spot. Yeah, she was heading right. Slowly, but right towards it.
Okay, here he comes.
So thirsty. So thirsty. Come on. No. Where's she going?
He ran back up.
My gosh. She's just not playing nice. She's messing with our game plan, Brian.
Yeah. She sucks. Oh, I see his sticker plain as day. I saw his sticker.
Do you?
She's way up there now. Oh, man. I want to throttle her. What's that?
Did she go back up onto the hill?
Yes.
Way up there.
No. Yeah, way up there. All right. Well, we're in a race against the clock. Ryan and I have got bets going. Is the buck gonna show up before dark within range, or is he not? My bet is that he will not, and we will be marching back back up here tomorrow. Ryan says I'm wrong. He says I'm wrong, and that buck is gonna come waltzing into rifle range any minute now. That's either, a premonition or a delusion. But man, it's been freaking awesome watching that buck all day. He keeps coming right in Ryan's comfortable range. Like, for a nice close shot, and right when we're about to go for it, that little hussy takes off running up the mountain. He follows her. And then you wait like an hour or two, and she moseys back into rifle range, and he's just right there on the edge. Another 10, 30 yards, 50 yards, and Ryan's ready to go, and then the tramper runs off again.
All day, so many close calls. But it makes it fun, and we get a march up here again tomorrow, probably. Unless my premonition is right.
You never know, too, if another monster shows up.
I know. You know what is not going to be fun? Is walking out of here in the dark. Through those boulder fields and stickers.
Yeah, this place is like lava rock.
It's bad. It's hard not to trip and roll ankles in this stuff. We're gonna have to go with the bright lights out of here. Any second now.
It's not gonna happen.
They're just not gonna move.
We had a doe walk out a minute ago. So there's a little bit of movement. It's possible he steps out, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I am right yet again. Ryan's premonition was a delusion. But this looks... That buck did not leave the basin. He's somewhere right in front of us at about 550, 600 yards in the trees. He'll be here tomorrow. No question. I'm banking on it. A lot of times these big Coues deer bucks, they don't go very far. They have their little pockets and they own them, it seems like. I would be shocked if another buck moved in. At least in the country that we're in right now, this just seems to be the case. It's possible, but it'd have to be a bigger buck than him to run him out. I think we're in a good setup. We'll come up here in the morning tomorrow and try to get here at first light. And I think we'll find him real quick. That doe, she looks like, she never let him even get close. She kept him 20 yards away, 15 yards away all day. She never let him she made him follow her everywhere. She pretty much covered this whole basin multiple times. And he just had to follow her and chase her, didn't want to lose her. So, I don't think I think he may not have even bred her yet. Could be early for her. She's close, but not quite there. But maybe he has. Either way, I think they'll be here tomorrow. She was pretty frisky and didn't show. He's still showing a lot of interest, so I think she's gonna hussy him up tomorrow and he's gonna come in rifle range.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I mean, it's a rare thing that Brian is right. And I just can't be that pessimistic. So, I always assume it's gonna happen. But it'll be way cooler if it happens tomorrow. It'll give us another chance to climb up this mountain and relocate him.
And film him all day.
And film him all day. It'd be nice if he gave us a shot about noon or something like that. Give us some time to get out of here, but oh well. It'll make a cool story if we can relocate him tomorrow. I definitely could have probably shot him, but we kind of have our range, and we like him to be fairly close. They're small targets, and we feel like all we gotta do is put in the time, and we're gonna have that buck right here around this pond, or right on our side instead of the other side. And we'll get him, and we'll get that nice close guaranteed shot. And that's always the goal. So I'm not too worried about it. If it happens, it happens. And I think it's gonna happen tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll happen the next day.
This buck could be even bigger and he'd still do this.
You know, I've given him more than ample time to just walk away.
All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you left a comment on last week's film, then you are entered to win a pair of sheep feet orthotics. And we're going to pick that winner in just a minute. And if you leave a comment on this video here and like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, you will be entered to win a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover next Sunday when we drop next week's video. And as usual, Brad and I are going to get into, in just a minute, some behind-the-scenes detail to give you guys a little more context on this hunt, do our little post-hunt recap in just a minute. Before we do that, it's almost bear season. It's upon us. We got about 4 weeks or so, and we're all headed out into the mountains.
Yep.
And we'll probably be hunting for 4 to 6 weeks in various states, including Alaska, Ryan and I.
Yeah.
So, big hunts up ahead. But because it's almost bear season, and we know we have a ton of bear hunting fans of ours, we have put together a bear hunting playlist that includes, I think, every bear film we've created and every podcast we created in relation to bear hunting.
Yep.
Including gear dumps, spring gear dumps, the gear we're using on the hunts, as well as tactics and strategies and all that kind of stuff. There's over 40 videos in the playlist. For those who don't know what a YouTube playlist is, it is a list that we put together, and we'll provide a link to it here in the video and also in the description field. If you just go to the YouTube homepage, you'll see the Bear Films playlist. So we figured we'd create this playlist, organize this content for you, and hopefully you find it useful. Go ahead and check it out. If you're interested, we appreciate all the support you guys are giving us. As always, Brad's going to go ahead and select our winner for this week's giveaway for leaving a comment on last week's video for a pair of sheep feet orthotics. Brad, who is our...
It is Travis Goss. What an intense and crazy hunt. I liked how the video started. I always enjoy the scenic views and getting to see the difference in terrains. Those deer remind me of rabbits, how much they keep running around. Love your videos.
Well, who was it?
Travis Goss.
Travis Goss?
Yep.
Thank you, Travis. And thank you to everyone who leaves us a comment. We're trying to read through them. Last week, I know I gave a lot of people anxiety the video was a little intense. I got my share of criticism for not like shooting that deer.
Yeah.
Ryan and I both try really hard, and as you can see from this video, not to rush a shot.
Well, and I would say too, like, you can zoom out of your scope, but that deer is moving so much, and like if they stop in a shadow, they are so hard to see. And so you're trying to relocate that buck. I mean, just from my experience, they are so difficult to find.
Even in this week's video, when you guys were watching this unfold, I have to just laugh, first of all, because Ryan is over here. This buck is clearly large.
Yes.
But we both are, like, I know when you guys watch the video, you're seeing it in 4K. The heat waves are minimized. The footage is stabilized. It's enhanced color, light. I've said this before. So when you guys are looking at the video, you're seeing the buck in all its glory pretty cleanly.
Yes.
But that's not what we're seeing.
No.
And so when you're sitting there going, shoot that thing, what you got to realize is we're looking at a buck in the shadows, and we see aspects of it, but the optics and the heat of the moment are a little bit different.
Yeah, when you got
a lot different actually than at home.
Sitting on a high ridge top that is windy as all get out.
It's windy, so the camera, our optics are shaking, and then you have the heat waves, and you're just like, what is it? You know, when I get home and I slow motion and I do things to it and I color
enhanced.
It's enhanced. You can see this buck has a big sticker. He's clearly a shooter. The buck is like 300 yards away, right around 300, and I am trying really hard not to I'm just trying really hard to get Ryan to shoot the buck without pushing too hard, because he doesn't push me too much until he's dead certain. And the last thing I want to do is say, oh, you need to shoot that only for him to be disappointed.
Right.
We do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We both kind of never tell someone, do it. You should do it. We don't want to be blamed later.
Yeah. We'll make the jokes of like, you should probably shoot that buck. You probably shoot that buck. But it's never pushing too hard because,
you never know.
You never want to overstep.
You never know. A couple of things you might have questions about. One is, why didn't you shoot right off the bat? And again, it was because we were in the process of really studying that deer to see how big it was. It's not as easy in the field in the moment to judge it as it is on the camera at home.
Yep.
Secondly, why didn't we get closer? That's another question that people will have. We're on a rim rock cliff here that dumps into this basin with the pond in it and this thicket of trees, and those deer are kind of in the bottom and up the side. There's an untold number of deer. Like, we're seeing deer, just, groups of them hit the water, some up on the bank, some up by the buck and the doe that are in heat. And if we drop down, our wind can just scatter in the basin. And two, we don't know how many Coues deer we might blow as we come into it, and they all bolt and take every deer out of the basin with them. Yeah,
and I would say 3, too, is you lose so much visibility. You drop lower and lower, your visibility just disappears.
So for many reasons, it was more prudent for us to sit on that rim rock ledge and wait for that deer to come in closer to range. Now, the other question you might have is, why didn't you just shoot when you were at 500, 600 yards, 450? We had those shot opportunities, but it was pretty windy. Now, when the wind died down, it was a little better shooting conditions, but at the same time, it's a poke. Like, why? These are not big deer. They're not. It's like you're shooting at an elk. These are tiny deer. Some of them, those does weigh as much as a dog.
Yeah. Oh, my dog is quite a bit bigger, like 20 pounds heavier than I think a mature doe, and they are such a tiny target. Like, there's so many.
And there's so many variables that go wrong the longer you're extending that shot. Now, Ryan is proficient with his rifle with that rifle setup beyond 1,000 yards.
Right.
Over and over and over, he's demonstrated that he's a good shot beyond that range. But when we're hunting, you never quite know with wind, with heat, with elevation. All these things come into play where the calculus has to be just right, and we didn't need to take the risk.
Yeah.
We were fairly certain.
And those deer are so switched on, and they're always moving, as we saw in your video last week.
It takes one step.
All that is further yardages. As soon as you shoot, that buck takes a step, it's in the guts or something, It's not a great shot.
So we always try to get
be patient and get that 300-yard shot or less. Sometimes 350. We've taken a few animals out to 4 when conditions are just right, So, but the goal is to take a closer shot when the conditions are just right. Remove all those variables that might go wrong. Be patient, So Ryan said it in the film. Hey, if we don't get him today, we can get him tomorrow. And we're gambling on the fact that these deer are pocketed and tight, and they're staying next to the water. And this buck, even when he went up on the rim with the doe, you could see he was trying to chase her back to the bottom.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want her out of his home range. And I think the bigger the buck, the tighter and tighter their home range is. And the way that he stomped his foot, I wish I caught more of it. I only got him stomping his foot like once, but he had been stomping his foot for like 5 minutes, and he had done like 10 or 15 on one leg, and then he switched to the other leg, and he was like blowing, and he was looking at that doe like, look, lady, you've gone too far. Get your butt back to the bottom. And she kind of sulks back down into the basin at some point. Shortly after that, like, okay, he's not mad. He's mad, and they got back to the safety, and then he just gently chased her like she wanted, and he was okay with chasing her there. He wasn't going to chase her up there. He made it clear. His body language was so fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
So we knew likely if we left, he'd be there when we came back. Another thing is, who spotted the buck first? Who spotted the deer first? Probably Brad. In all honesty,
miles away.
It's probably Brad from 3 miles away.
Yeah, I think when I dropped a pin from where I was to where it was at, it was about 2.5, 2.6.
So
didn't know what he was. Just I saw a deer up there, and I could see a horn on the buck.
He was in a totally different area hunting some deer, and with the sun glistening just right, you'll see this with Coues deer, right at the top of the basin, kind of skylined, walking away in yellow grass. Boom! You saw a heavy buck.
Yeah.
And at 2.5 miles away, you even could tell then that's a nice deer.
Yeah.
So Ryan and I hiked 2 miles where we parked. We hiked 2 miles into this spot where the buck was and where you had seen him. And we were literally on the rim rock overlooking probably 200 yards from where you saw the buck.
Yeah.
Maybe 300. And sure enough, he was in that sphere. And so it could have been a different deer that you saw.
Yeah. But it gave the hunch to, we need to go check this out.
But most likely it was the same deer because bucks of that larger caliber, they tend to own that area. They're territorial, and odds are he was the buck in that pocket. Yeah. And then, of course, I got there and spotted him before Ryan.
Yep.
It was so cool. I didn't get on film, but we were just glassing. I just had the glass on he had heard a doe blowing, which meant probably rutting.
Yeah.
Not alarm blow. It was the rut blow. And so we were sitting there listening, and probably an hour later, I picked this buck out in the brush. And I'm like, Brian, big buck. He gets on the He gets on the
rifle.
He got on the spotter first.
The spotter.
And we both looked at it, and that's that whole conversation you see in the film. And it started to kill me because as I started to see how big the deer was, his hesitation was killing me. It's like, dude, just shoot the deer.
Yeah.
And finally, when he did realize it had a big old sticker on the side and it was bigger than my deer, that's really his thing. He wanted to make sure that buck was bigger than my buck. That was the new standard by which he had to decide what to shoot.
Yeah.
And once he was certain that was the case, he was ready to pull the trigger. But we both do this. We want to make sure we just got there.
Yeah.
Is there something else there? Anyway, buck is running around and the whole day he comes just on the edge of our range. Ryan sets up on him a number of times.
Yeah.
He just couldn't get himself to take the shot because the buck just wasn't giving him the shot he felt comfortable with. Did you see how that doe has her whole nose and mouth and everything underwater?
Well, and I'd say that too is a part of it. Why you guys didn't shoot early, and correct me if I'm wrong. You have all these deer that are coming into water, and Ryan, you both, they're like, that buck's going to come in, not necessarily both of you, but in his head, 250 that buck's going to come in and have a 250-yard shot. He's going to come to water. All these other deer are.
It's hot.
Yeah.
All the other deer came down. We just kept waiting for that doe and heat to come down and just drag him behind. They were very comfortable in the basin, splashing, running around. being patient for that shot where you get that real close shot. And Ryan gets set up in his head a scenario of how he wants an animal to behave, and he wants to predict where they're going to go, and he wants to shoot him in that predicted spot. He gets these scenarios in his head of how he wants it to happen, and often it does. The bear does the thing, or the deer does the thing, and he shoots it in the spot. And the idea of having it walk right down there and shoot right there by the water just was too tempting. He's like, even if it comes over here, I still want to wait till he's by the water just to have it happen the way I have in my head to happen. He's funny.
And it did not.
It did not happen that way. And so anyway, I hope you're enjoying this series. Right now, Ryan actually has spots available at the Western Hunting Summit.
The Archery Elk Summit in June 15th through the 18th.
If you want to support Ryan and Hillary Lampers and you want to see Brad and I and
Brian Barney, you got Joel Turner. You have Tom Schneider is coming to that
from
one.
Stuck in the Rut.
Stuck in the Rut, yeah.
So, guys, it's going to be a great camp. If you want to get in on that, you just go to westernhuntingsummit.com or Stealthy Hunter. I'm sure you'll find the link there.
Yep.
Brad will put a link in the description field. Yep. But click that link, go over there and sign up. There's a few spots available. I don't know how many.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But check that out. And don't forget, if you like this video and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below, you will be entered to win a Stealthy Hunter rifle cover next Sunday. We'll pick that winner. And tune in next Sunday for the exciting episode of Lampers. This next one gets pretty cool. You don't want to miss it. And we also have some big fun giveaways we're going to do next Sunday. So tune in for those. Get in on those. It's going to be cool. We're going to run those for a couple of weeks. And bear season's coming, so don't forget about the playlist. Check that out. And we have new bear films dropping in a couple of weeks as well. So stay tuned each Sunday for a gritty Sunday with us. We appreciate all your support, that you stick with us all the time. Check us out every Sunday. We thank you, and we'll catch you next time. Stay gritty.